What's up, Animanjians? Today we're going to be reacting to a brand new trailer for The Hate U Give. This trailer is another racially charged, or this movie rather, is another racially charged film, which I'm pretty sure is going to have a lot to say about the social injustices that are going on in our world. I have a love-hate relationship with these kind of movies, and that's only because I feel like there are so many other issues out there that can be brought to the big screen. And a lot of times they are, but this has to be the most common story told. And I'm assuming that's because it is very prevalent. It is still a very big issue, especially now. But I mean, I just feel like there are other things that can be brought to people's attention, except something that we have seen that first of all we see every day, and something that we've seen brought to the big screen numerous times in the past. Now, that's not to say that this is something that I feel is not important, that I don't feel like people need to hear about, or something that needs to be brought to people's attention or something. I just feel like sometimes I wonder if there's any other story that can be told, if there's any other issues that can be brought to the light. With that being said, I do enjoy these kinds of movies for that reason, that it is bringing awareness to issues that are still going on now. There seems to be an influx of equality pushing, and while that's fantastic, there's still a fair share of inequality as well, and movies like this make that very clear. So I'm gonna go and watch this trailer and see if they're bringing anything new to the table, or if it's going to be kind of, the same thing that's been rehashed in films for years to come. We'll see. Without further ado, let's go ahead and check this out. But before we do that, if you have not done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can get more content like this, which contains movie news, reviews, and reactions from your boy Derek, right here at Animanji. Let's go ahead and check out this trailer.
Something for my godson Elijah and a little girl named Corinne.
Man, you coming at me for my music, but you listen to this old stuff.
Old stuff? What? Better get up out of here with all that. Pocket's the truth.
Well, I got a boyfriend.
Yeah, I heard, but it's all good.
Really?
We've been together our whole lives, Star. We got time.
My name is Star. 2 R's. Daddy named me that. Garden Heights. Mama and Daddy says our life is here because our people are here. We got Mr. Rubin's barbecue, Mr. Lewis's barbershop, and Daddy's store. The high school is where you go to get jumped, high, or pregnant. We don't go there. Williamson is another world, so when I'm here, I'm Star version 2.
Yo, those kicks are lit.
Basically, Williamson Star doesn't give anyone a reason to call her ghetto, and I hate myself for doing it. Until the weekend comes around.
I get those goosebumps every time.
What's up? Where you been at? I don't know. You be hanging with all the white kids.
Yeah, when you're not around, when you go that to the side.
Out of the car.
Yo, Star, you okay?
Go back where he told you. Khalil, I'm not playing. Go back where... What did you do?
Today, Garden Heights is reeling after the shooting of a 17-year-old black teenager by a white police officer.
We live in a complicated world.
It doesn't seem that complicated to me.
Violence, brutality. It's the same story, just a different name.
When I attack with impact, it's real tactful. The black cat waited and sat, debated.
It's best if she don't talk to 5
with a passion while seeking.
You're threatening her.
The only true power is the power within the people.
It's about more than just Khalil. It's about black people, poor people, everybody at the bottom. I need to speak for him.
You would think we could never achieve the inconceivable. We don't belong, but we hear unbelievable.
When you ready to talk, you talk. Don't ever let nobody make you be quiet. I ain't named you Star by accident.
Okay, so it looks good. It looks really, really good. I'm not even going to lie. It seems like there's going to be a lot of powerhouse performances here, and it definitely seems like they're going to have a lot to say about some of the recent issues that have been going on in the world concerning police brutality, speaking out on that, making sure that your opinion or your voice is heard. We have Star here who, seems to be living on both sides of the coins, so to speak. She lives in a predominantly black neighborhood, and she goes to this I'd say mixed or predominantly white school, and she seems like she's pretty accepted there as well, until something happens to her boyfriend, and of course it becomes like a racial issue. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to affect her life at school, especially if she's going to become a public speaker and speak out on these kinds of things. I don't see some of the kids at her school taking that too lightly, or maybe not even taking her side. Now, there may be some kids who believe in her cause as well, but there might be some kids who find it a little awkward, or who might think a little differently, who have some differing opinions. So that's going to be interesting. Saw a lot of familiar faces here: Regina Hall, Anthony Mackie, Common, just to name a few. So it definitely looks like it's going to be really good, really entertaining. But it does seem like it's the same movie that we've seen over and over again, telling the same story. And while I do believe that these are important stories and stories that need to be heard, I do feel like there are other issues out there that we could bring to the big screen as well. And, or maybe some different stories in this, with this issue, there are some different things going on too. Maybe some racism that's a little bit more subtle, not so black and white. Where the white people are evil and the black people are not. Maybe there's a movie that shows the black people doing something racist, and it's the white people who are the ones who are victimized. I know that that's not usually the case, and it doesn't really happen often, but it is something that we could explore. Since these are movies after all, and cinema is, in my mind, art, and it's something that you can use to express a multitude of things. It doesn't have to be the same story over and over again. I understand that there are certain people out there who are experiencing these kinds of things, who want their voices to be heard, and that's great. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but this is coming from someone black. Sometimes sometimes we want different stories too. Sometimes we get tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. And like I said, I'm going to support the movie. I'm going to watch it. It looks good. It looks great. I'm interested in the story itself. But I am more curious to see if there's going to be different kinds of movies in the future telling different kinds of stories. Because I feel like if there's ever a time to go ahead and do something like that, it would be now. Now, I'm pretty sure that my idea about the white people being victimized by the blacks wouldn't necessarily be a very popular choice, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. It really could. Blacks are not the only people who experience racism. Neither are whites. There are different nationalities out there, different cultures. I feel like they also have stories to tell as well. Let me know what you guys thought of the trailer. Are you excited to see this movie? How do you feel about the performances? What do you think of the story? And do you agree with me that maybe we should be exploring some different political stories out there, or do you think that we can stick with this? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you have not done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can get more content like this, which contains movie news, reviews, and reactions from your boy Derek, right here at Animanjians. Until next time, stay dope.